Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I just wanted to let you know that the man that hired us to rescue you is at the front door asking for you. If you don't want to talk to him, I can just tell him to go away. Ah, alright. Well, to be safe, you don't mind if I follow, right? Thanks. Ah, mistress, it is good to lay eyes upon you again. I had feared the worst. Do you remember me? I was one of your father's servants. I believe I went by Sybil at the time. Yes, you were very young when it all happened. It would make sense you don't quite recall me. That's all right. Just think of me as your personal butler. I'm still bound to your bloodline, and I'm here to serve. You have a butler? Well, butler was the term I went by, at least in front of young mistress here. You know, I've been looking for you for quite some time. Why were you wandering so much? It was hard to pin you down. And then, just when I thought I'd finally caught up to you, I find out you'd been kidnapped. How dreadful. Well, when I learned that, I went straightway to the nearest guild I thought would be suitable and purchased your safe return. I'm just so sorry I wasn't able to be here sooner. I feel terrible, but it just took so long to reform myself after... Reform? What are you going on about? Mistress, perhaps we should talk more privately. Away from prying ears. Hey, my ears don't pry open anything. They're too flimsy. They'd break. I mean as in eavesdropping, not as in attempting a locked door. All right, mistress, if you're sure, I will continue, but only out of respect for you, and not this little friend of yours. You see, your father was able to find and bring two of us to this side of the barrier. One he named Caragor, the other Sybil. That is me. I used to have a different name before all this, back when I struggled against the tides and the currents of the waters. I've forgotten it now. My counterpart never did, but he always was a bit stronger than me. We served for many years under your father. We would help him conduct his experiments. We would gather the necessary items for his work. We would perform the dangerous labors. Many times Caragor was sent out to perform odd jobs or complete enterprises for the family and bring back the earnings. Your father was so obsessed with finding a way to stop the decay of the body, to restore a body to full health. If I had to guess, it was due to your mother's rare disease for which there seemed to be no cure. It makes sense, then, when your mother died bringing you into this world, that he seemed to lose interest. All he seemed to be focused on was you. For a while, it seemed we had lost our purpose. Things seemed to stop around the house, and the only use we seemed to have now was to gather currency to meet yours and your father's needs. Caragor always was a driven soul. When things slowed down in this way, and we were left as mere servants and hirelings, well, he took it upon himself to continue your father's research for him. But your father found out, and he forbade Caragor from continuing, or his contract would be null and void, and he would be sent back. Time passed, and you grew. But so also did Caragor's agitation. I tried to warn your father of Caragor's worsening state, but he was far too focused on you. He said whatever it would pass. Sadly, I don't believe it did. I don't know what truly sparked it, but one day, as Caragor had been sent out to perform some labor, and I to gather the groceries necessary for the evening from a nearby village, I was surprised to see him returning early, but also not in any form like I had seen him before. He was legless, hovering, elongated arms. There was a brilliant white light coming off his form, looking almost as if he were made from it. His eyes were not the same, golden and goat-like. I was taken aback. But he came straight towards me. He started blathering then. The flesh, he said. It is the answer to my servitude, to death, the flesh of the sentient. He extended an offering then. Come, we shall feast. If we can feast upon the one who brought us here, his power can be ours. We never need bend the knee again. We are so far below our potential, can't you see? I thought for some time then. I knew if I betrayed you or your father, my tie to this world would be lost. I am sustained by the strength that flows through your veins. If what Karagor was saying was true, by consumption I could gather the strength that held me here. But, unlike him, I had grown to find comfort in my position. When I first came here, I think I would have agreed with him and taken him up on the offer. Searched and fed in an endless bid for power. But somehow, my time away from the cold waters and the memories I've forged with you and your family has grown a warmth within myself that I think I had once forgotten. I refused him. More than that, I told him I would not let him touch our master. His response was a quick one. I have already broken my end of the contract, he said. I have harmed innocents, something we were never allowed to do. My ties to this world already loosen. I have been consuming just to hold myself here. I do not have much time. You will not get in my way. I swear I tried my best to stop him, to defend you and your father then, mistress. But I was only able to wound him before he was able to tear me apart. My form became a shattered, torn mess then, and so did my memories. When I finally came to, the village I was in, Lothon, was in shambles. Zeronthal, for that was his true name, was gone. I searched for you at the house, but I only found a deserted ruin. That's why I've been trying so hard to find you, the last of the arboreal line. Sorry, does your friend always shake like that? Your father? He did this? He summoned that thing? The thing that... My mother! My poor mother! This isn't right! You had to make this right! Look what your foul blood has done! I'm going to... Yes, I hit him. He was advancing on you and he appeared very agitated. I had to ensure your safety. Don't worry, I believe he will be fine. I only hit him hard enough to stop his aggression. I wasn't trying to kill him. Of course, mistress. If you want me to behave differently in the future, you need only let me know. I was just performing my job as your servant. Look, he's coming too. See? Everything's fine. What happened? I was listening to this terrible story when... You hit me. You were emotional, unstable. I merely did what was necessary to maintain my mistress's safety. You're right. I'm sorry. I overreacted. It's not you. It's not even your father. It's this Zeronthal creature. I guess I just let my emotions get the better of me for a moment. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Oh, so quick on the draw. Always with these pardons. Listen, I'm gonna go out, grab some food for tonight. I'll leave you and your... What are you to her? I am her Sybil, but I guess in terms of position, the closest thing I can think of that fits is Butler. Yes, I am her butler, head servant of the arboreal line. Butler, then. Well, I'll leave you two to catch up. I need to process some things for a bit anyway. Oh dear, I'm sorry for causing such distress, mistress. I can see how stressed this whole situation has made you. If you'd like, I could make up a relaxing beverage, and perhaps a nice massage would help. My massages were always a favorite of your father's. Please, I was summoned to serve. I'd feel remiss if I didn't fulfill my end of the bargain. Perfect. I will get right on that. Sorry it took so long. Here, sip it slowly, please. It's hot. You just sit there, and I will massage your head and shoulders. I used to do this when you were younger. Your father couldn't get you to sleep. It's good to be getting back in the swing of things. And truly, it is good to see you again, young mistress. You can close your eyes if you'd like. You need not worry. Our faithful Sybil has got you.